All right, cool. So we will actually start off on Trill. I got a nice little planet of it. It's probably blurry because I don't bother with resolutions. Um, and I believe the good doctor here has been on leave on Trill for some time. So if you want to take a few moments and explain what you were doing.
Yeah, so Blackwell went on leave to Trill to take some leave after dropping the bomb of his entire crew needs serious psychoanalysis. Uh, and while on leave, he also took advantage of a medical seminar on Trill physiology. And Ed, I think you said that he was also he was called in to help with a problem in the uh, symbiote pools.
Yep.
Yeah, a disease that affected some of the symbiote pools that he worked with the Trill doctors and Symbiosis Commission to help figure out and sort out. So that's what he's been up to the past few weeks. A little bit of shore leave, a little bit of work.
All right, cool. And we'll actually start you off with one of the pool's caretakers, a unjoined Trill by the name of Essa Riel. I'll go ahead and put the name. If I could copy and paste stuff today. And you are actually about to introduce the treatment into the pool.
Okay. How is this treatment being introduced? Is it
Basically dumping a solution in there.
okay? Fair enough. Yeah.
So if you would like to roll me a control medicine difficulty.
So what was the difficulty idea?
1.
Okay. Let's just roll it straight. I guess for just dumping something in, there's not really I don't really have a focus. So let me just try and roll it straight. Hooray! There's some momentum.
Cool. Yep. 2. And you expertly introduce the treatment into the pool. And Essa will say, "Thank you very much, doctor. You have been a huge help."
It's my pleasure. I was glad I was able to, and it's been fascinating to learn more about Trill and the symbiont's physiology. Thank you for this unique experience.
It's not often we allow outsiders to visit the caves of Makala. I have no idea if I said that right.
Well, I appreciate your trust, and most of all, I'm glad we were able to stop this contamination.
If you have any questions about the symbiotes while in the state, please feel free to ask.
So, has Blackwell had the opportunity to kind of learn more about them in general?
Yeah, you've probably been working closely with this person for 3-4 days.
Okay. No, you've taught me so much already. I think I don't have anything new, but if something pops into my head, I'll be sure and drop you a line. It's good to have some contacts. I know several officers in Starfleet who are joined Trill, and you and some of the other physicians I've met here on Trill could be handy contacts if I ever need more information to serve on a particular case, if you're willing, of course.
Well, if there's any way that I can help you, doctor, please do not hesitate to ask.
Thank you. I will keep that in mind.
And that sound echoes in the cave. Hopefully everyone heard it.
Yes. So
What was that?
Sounded like a transporter. I turned in the direction from whence the sound came.
And the sound seemed to have come from one of the pools.
From one of the pools?
Mhm.
Sia, are you able to keep an accurate count of the number of symbiotes in the pools?
Generally, there's no more than 4 inside one of the pools at any given time.
Well, either something beamed in or something beamed out. I don't see get a count as soon as possible.
If you'd wish to roll me a reason medicine, difficulty 1.
I shall try. There we go. Okay. Damn it. I was afraid of that. See, this pool does not have any symbiotes in it. Should it have?
It should. All of these symbiotes are in the process of reproducing as we speak.
Damn it. Looks like somebody's just kidnapped an entire pool full.
In fact, the one we are looking at was where some of the new symbiotes have been kept. They have never even been placed inside a host before.
Do you have any idea who might want to kidnap a bunch of juvenile hosts, juvenile symbiotes?
I would not have the slightest idea.
We need to
It-
call the planetary security forces and alert Starfleet as soon as possible.
It looks like there is one starship that is close to I think it's called the Monarch.
Speaking of, join Trill. That's Captain Praxis' ship. Well, if you'll alert planetary security, I'll see if I can't contact the Monarch.
Right, I'll get on. And with that, we will cut to the Monarch and see.
Log time.
Yep.
Captain's log, stardate 54083.1. We have rendezvoused with the USS Phlox, a medical ship that has been assigned to the area. Dr. Anderson will be taking a permanent assignment on board the vessel. I have made requests for the Starfleet for a new CMO. However, we are currently on patrol in the Galador System, while the fleet remains on high alert after the Tereskova encountered a Borg cube recently. End log.
Right, so just to give you guys a little perspective, that's where the Monarch is. And Doctor, you are here.
So I will try to use, I guess, a planetary communication grid or whatever under my comm badge to contact the Monarch.
All right, cool. Before we do that, I am going to allow a little bit of free role play on the bridge or somewhere
Cool.
on the ship, wherever people want to.
Commander DeCross, anything new on sensors, or are we just looking at space dust again?
Space test last time I checked, Captain, but I can certainly perform another quick scan.
If you indulge me, please.
Of course. More dust, Captain. And still more dust. A few larger rocks. But hydrogen, helium, not much out there.
Fascinating. Oh, the tedious task of patrol.
It's a good opportunity to get some reading done. Catch up on some academic work.
Keep in mind, Commander, we are on the lookout for Borg ships.
Well, I'm being diligent, but also trying to be effective as well. Effective and productive.
Any word on when the Phlox medical ship will be arriving with us? Or rendezvousing with us?
Okay, so that already happened.
That already happened. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep.
I'm a little confused about the.
So DeGrasse is going to go, Captain, are you feeling well? That already happened.
Sorry,
Okay.
I missed the part because I'm tired.
Totally kidding.
No, I'm kind of tired. I've been up early this morning.
Yeah, so Dr. Anderson received orders for assignment on the Phlox and has already left for.
Okay. Any whereabouts with the shipping lanes? I heard they're under attack by Gnostican raiders lately. Or we have gotten word that they've been under attack.
There have been a few sightings of Nausicaan raiders, Captain, but nothing new to report in that regard.
Lieutenant Casey, see if there's a pattern to these raids, if you don't mind. Maybe we can jump the gun on these raiders.
I'll see if there's a pattern, Captain.
DeGrasse is going to go, Captain, do you have a moment to have a word in your ready room?
Of course. Lieutenant Casey, you have the bridge. Or, Counselor. I think it'd be a good time for you to have some bridge time. Why don't you take the con for a little bit?
She nods her head.
Casey cries.
It's on now. She's on the bridge. She's got a con.
All right.
Commander, would you follow me?
Yeah, so you guys will go into the ready room. I'll do a little task with. We'll do a quick extended task here. It'll be a difficulty. Let's make it a difficulty 2 task. Work will be 7. Magnitude will be insight security.
Okay. Work. What was the magnitude? Sorry, or did you just send that?
Yep, I just posted it. Difficulty 2, work 7, magnitude 2.
Okay, great. Sorry, my computer's being super slow. Okay. Yep. So I've never actually done an extended task before. Is it just you like roll? You have to get so many successes over so many
So
work
so how
periods.
an extended task works is it's just like a normal task in that you still have to roll the task to try to get to try to get higher than the difficulty. And then when you succeed at that, you roll challenge dice that's 2 plus whatever discipline is used. And then that's how you try to get the work track filled.
Right.
So
Okay.
the first thing is just a standard insight security task.
Right.
We did change scenes, by the way, Prax.
So I have a focus and observation. Would that count for this? Observing a pattern.
Yeah.
All right. And you said it was difficulty 2, right?
Correct.
Okay. Let me go with that. Oops.
All right, I will use that complication to add resistance to this roll.
Okay. And then I have to roll challenge dice equal to the.
So it'll be a 2 plus whatever discipline. So in your case, it will be 7.
Wait.
You have to hit enter after you enter the number, so just roll it again.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
Here.
So you'll be at 3 currently, because I'll add 2 resistance to this roll with the comp.
All right, and then I just do the same thing again.
We have 1 momentum. You could re-roll 2, or spend it. I would probably just spend it on piercing.
Spend it on what? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
You can spend the momentum to re-roll any number of
Yeah.
dice to add 1 work per momentum, or spend it on piercing, which negates 2 resistance.
Okay, so I'll spend that on the piercing then.
All right, so
Get
it'll be
rid of
5
those.
work. So when you do 5 work, it counts as a breakthrough, which basically adds it basically takes away 1 of the magnitude. So you need 2 breakthroughs to complete the task.
Right.
So now the difficulty, because you got a breakthrough, will be 1.
Okay, so I roll the same thing again. Now
Yep.
I assume. Cool. And then I roll the same challenge dice.
Yep. This time you guys make 2 momentum. And that'll be the second break. You only had 2 work. And let me go ahead and give you some info.
Awesome.
All right. I think that's good.
Casey will tap his comm badge. Lieutenant Casey
Right,
to Commander Prax. Captain Prax.
Hold on to that. Let me go ahead and do the scene with the Captain Commander. So you'll be doing this as they're talking, and then I'll
Okay.
cue you in.
You asked to speak with me in private, Commander.
Captain, yes. Wanted to check in essentially on the status of my position in command. As you know, we're still sort of in between on first officer, and I've been covering the role while also covering my science duties as well. And so I wanted to see, you know, have you heard anything new? Am I still going to be splitting my time between the two roles for the foreseeable future? Am I allowed to sit in the first officer's chair when I want to and transition back and forth? Any new information that you have, I'd greatly appreciate.
You still are both acting Chief Science Officer and First Officer aboard the ship. Your rank is still that of Lieutenant Commander up until the point that you decide to take the Commander's Test, which I suggest you do as soon as possible. As for another individual, bump up another crew member to Chief Science Officer, I will take your recommendations.
Okay. And so, just so I understand, the intention once I take the commander's test and presumably, pass to first officer, another crew member would be promoted to be science officer in that case.
I will leave this up to you, Commander, that you can, if you feel your duties as you cannot perform both duties as first officer and chief science officer, in which to promote someone up to the chief science officer position, we will look into possible replacements for you. At that point, I would recommend though you do take the commander's test and pass that. Sorry, I was reading the chat. But it is entirely up to you. If you think you feel that you can do both duties and still hold the rank of commander, I see no reason why you can't do both roles. But that is entirely up to you, Commander.
Understood, Captain, and I do appreciate your vote of confidence in my ability to perform both roles. So actually, I am interested in the answer to that question. Would I have already passed this, or? Okay, gotcha. And so, what would the commander's test entail?
That would be something that I would get to write and we would have some fun with. So really it would depend on if you guys are wanting to role play the test out, in which case I will write up an episode around that because it will probably take the full time. Or it could just be something that happens between episodes. I will leave that up to you guys.
Okay, sounds good.
Because I know me and Prax were talking about it, but that was a few weeks ago, and then holidays happened. My arm blowing up happened.
Oh yeah, no worries.
I am both like in character and then out of character. I'm leaving this up to you. If you want to do both roles, that's really fine with me. If you just want to be XO and that's it, then we could bring in another player to play science officer, or NPC it, or supporting character role it. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, no worries. I mean, candidly, I was just trying to push character development ahead a little bit. So I'm, out of character, very flexible on that. And that's a conversation that we can certainly have. So
Right. Yeah. I mean,
no worries.
either way you guys want to go, because even with the test, it would still involve the other people. So there wouldn't be I wouldn't have a concern doing something like that.
Okay, cool. All righty. So DeGrasse is going to go. Understood, Captain. Yeah, I appreciate the flexibility, and I'll get back to you on that. Thank you.
Please keep me in the loop, Commander, on what your thoughts are. And if you need to, talk with the counselor. She might be able to guide you in this decision that you're trying to make.
Excellent point. She's a great conversationalist. Permission to return to bridge.
Permission granted.
Thank you, ma'am. And DeGrasse returns to the bridge.
Lieutenant Casey to Captain Prax.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
So I've been researching the attacks on the freighter ships in this area. It seems that the Nausicaan ships have been attacking in the lanes between Starbase 12 and Trillius Prime. They will appear at long range from the cargo ships and will warp out as soon as they have raised shields. So just sort of quick hit-and-run tactics in a very confined area. It might be difficult to draw them out if we were to try to find them ourselves.
Are there any work with Commander DeGrasse and see if there's any spatial anomalies or I would say anything we could use for terrain advantage to set up an ambush that's near the lanes if possible. But also keep an eye out on any transmission or distress calls from any of the cargo ships that are in the area.
Of course, Captain. We'll get right on that.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Let us know if you need anything else, Captain.
Then DeGrasse will walk back on. Why are my sound effects not working today?
Roll 20 is a little awkward today.
Yeah, nothing is.
Shortly after that, Prax will come out of her ready room.
All right. Did Dr. Blackwell come back?
I've been here. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see the message there. Now the hail. Okay. Sorry.
Yep. So on the whoever does communications, because I forgot, you are receiving.
And I would have sent it priority 1 if I could have.
Yep. So whoever receives communications is receiving a priority 1 message from.
On screen.
And on the screen, you see Dr. Black.
Captain Prax, good to see you again. I wish it wasn't under these kind of circumstances. Looks like someone has kidnapped several juvenile symbiotes directly from the pools on Trillius Prime.
Are you serious, Doctor? I'm hoping this is not a joke.
I would never joke about this. I've been working with the keepers of the pool of the symbiote pools to work on a contaminant in the pool, and we had just introduced the cure into the liquid when I heard a transporter sound, and a quick scan of the pools revealed one had been completely emptied. It's the breeding cycle, and this pool was for young symbiotes that had never before been joined, the next generation, if you will.
This is most troubling news, Doctor.
We've alerted the planetary authorities, but a crime like this, I thought it was important to get Starfleet involved. The Monarch may have the resources we'll need. I don't know if they're that kidnappers are in orbit somewhere on the planet, or what? Are you able to come to Trill's assistance?
We're currently investigating a issue with Nausicaan raiders, but we will definitely get in contact with Trillius, the Trill government, and suggest that we offer our assistance on this matter.
Thank you. You're the closest Starfleet vessel in the area, Captain, and I'd feel better with us having some high ground and the capabilities that only a starship possesses to bring to the case.
All right. Thank you, Doctor. We'll be in touch here shortly.
Blackwell. Understood. Blackwell out.
Ops, put me through to the Trill government.
Aye, Captain. After a few moments, the screen opens up to what would they be? I don't think they're president. Whoever the leader of Trill. We will call her a female.
I was gonna say actually probably Symbiote Commission would probably be the better one.
Okay, the head
Yeah.
of the Symbiote Commission will appear on the screens on the screen.
What are they called? There is a name. I can't remember it though.
Yeah. Memory Alpha. Help.
Somebody in their government. Oh,
Symbiosis Commission is what it's called.
Yeah, but we think the leaders have a name. It's not the Guardians, because that's basically who you were dealing with.
Guardians were part of the commission which cared for the symbiotes.
Probably just goes by a name.
sure the symbiote commission works fine.
Our
Well, there's a
commissioner.
yeah, I'll just say commissioner. Yeah, that sounds good because there's actually no name. Because there's like a board evaluation and stuff. So
Yep.
And,
Yeah, feel free to add a name to that.
and Barbara Gordon appears on the screen. Commissioner
Nice.
of the
You know what?
symbiote.
Commissioner Kyle, how are you doing?
I am troubled by this theft of our symbiotes, Cap.
I am too. My ship is at your disposal, Council.
Unfortunately, we don't have much means in order to launch an investigation of this.
Could you send us over all the sensor data that has been in the planetary orbit over Trill in the last 24 hours?
Yes, we will send you our sensor readings.
I appreciate, Counselor. Well, the theft of our younglings is most troubling. I will endeavor to figure out who's behind this.
Captain, we've just received all of the data. I can start pouring through it now if you'd like me to.
Please make it a priority, DeGrasse.
Of course.
Helm, laying a course for Trillius Prime. Maximum warp.
Aye, Captain. And we'll go to scene 3.
I'll ask the captain if she wants us to set up a conference room meeting to go over the information that we received from Trillius Prime when we're on our way.
Helm ETA to Trillius Prime.
Few hours, Captain.
Lieutenant Gross, pass over any ship data logs to Lieutenant Casey. Have him go through. Lieutenant Casey, see if you can't find anything out of the ordinary. Any vessels that were out of place or have warped away.
Understood, Captain.
Okay. So this is going to be a reason plus security. Difficulty 2, and we'll give you the assist by the ship's computers and security.
Okay.
Can I assist with that as well?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was difficulty 2, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to generate a threat for an extra dice because I don't think any of my focuses will apply.
Okay.
And it was ship sensor security, you said? No, already.
Not that one.
So DeGrasse, you only need to roll 1 for the assist.
Yeah. No, I had selected 1. Let me try that again. I have 1 task roll die selected, so I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, maybe close out the sheet or something. Reopen it or something.
Roll20's saying that they're having various server issues.
Yeah.
Yay.
Let me log real quick. And I can't actually log out.
Ship sensor security, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
Right.
the ship actually helped.
Yeah, so at the moment you're at +2.
All right, let's try this again. Okay. Yeah, it's still rolling 2. I don't know what's going on.
Let me give it a try. All right, it seems to work for me. I don't.
There it goes. I just clicked through all the task roll numbers and then reset to 1, so I guess
All
that
right,
was
cool.
the trick.
Cool. So yeah, so you guys are paying 2 moments.
Captain, 3 ships have been reported in orbit around Trill near the time the symbionts went missing. The ships are the USS Hood, Type 6 shuttlecraft, and the SS Altair, which was a civilian vessel. The other 2 are Starfleet, of course.
It's very interesting. Hail the USS Hood.
Yes, Captain.
And the Hood responds. Sitting in the captain's chair is a Captain Nerosa, human male. Captain, what can I do for you?
Captain, recently there has been some disturbing activity on Trill. I am surprised, since you were in orbit, that we were called to. If you help me can shed some light, There was a theft on Trill recently, and I was wanting to know if you detected any unusual activity from your sensors.
We didn't detect anything unusual. We were on a supply run, so I didn't feel it necessary to make scans of the area.
Can I make an insight check to see if he's lying to me?
Sure.
What is my difficulty, or is this opposed?
We'll make it a difficulty. I got all this right. We'll make it a difficulty 2.
Is this a Starfleet captain?
Yes.
Composure for a focus or deception?
No.
Spending 1 momentum for an extra dice. Is it command insight for this?
Yes. All right, you get 1 back.
Good roll.
Thank you, Captain. We'll be in touch if there's any activity. What do you know about the shuttlecraft that is currently in orbit?
We did see a shuttlecraft, but again, we were on a supply drop, and it had a Federation signature, so I think it much of a words are failing me today. I didn't give them much notice.
Oh, thank you, Captain. Good luck on your mission.
Let me know if we could be of further help, Captain.
Indeed, I will. Monarch out. Lieutenant Casey, can you scan the civilian freighter?
I'll try, Captain.
Or actually, sorry, DeGrasse scan.
So just for clarification, none of the ships are currently in orbit.
None of the ships are currently in orbit? Okay.
They were in orbit around the time of the beam, but then left.
Okay. All right, that makes more sense. All right. Commander DeGrasse, could you see if you pinpoint where the civilian freighter went to?
Of course, Captain. I would also suggest potentially trying to track all 3 of the ships as well to see where their current course heading is.
Agreed. However, the shuttle couldn't have gone far.
The Starfleet vessels? Do we have reason to believe that the Starfleet vessels have taken the symbionts?
Well, we did deal with terrorists not too long ago that were after the process of wanting to kill aliens on Earth. So, anything's possible.
And Counselor, we're just being thorough. That's all I suggest. I would expect the other vessels to do the same for us and with us.
Ops, can you put me down to Dr. Blackwood, please? Or Blackwell. Sorry.
Hi, Captain.
Well, whatever.
And Blackwell, you are being hailed.
Blackwell here.
Doctor, can you do me a huge favor? Could you get
Anything you need, Captain.
Is there records in the pools of the genetic signature as well as readings on what type of transporter that was used?
I'll see what I can find out. I've got Guardian Riel with me. We'll dig into the genetic records and see what the internal sensors got. I'll be back as soon as we found out something, Captain.
I appreciate that, Doctor. Thank you.
Blackwell out.
Lieutenant
can I-
Casey and DeGrasse, I want you to work on tracking those vessels.
Can I take a look at the profiles of those vessels just to determine what their like maximum warp is? I figure that's just an easy thing to find out. Information's probably already there.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
they're Starfleet
so
ships. They have most of it.
the hood is an Excelsior class, so just a typical Excelsior.
AKA badass.
Here,
We're in
Let
some
me-
real trouble if
let me
terrorists
post
take
this
them
in
out.
chat because you guys know.
Sure.
And then you guys can role play where you think they might be.
So DeGrasse is going to walk over to Casey's console and say, Casey, any idea where they might be heading to?
Not really. The USS Hood, of course, is probably put in a course with Starfleet, so we should have ready access to anywhere that ship is going. As for the other two, I can't really say, but perhaps the they filed a flight plan on Trill before they departed.
Do we know what ship the Fermi is assigned to currently? Is it the Hood or is it another ship?
Well, if it was one of the Hood's shuttlecraft, the captain did say they didn't really pay it any attention, so presumably be returning to the Hood. But I'm sure we can find in the registry what the origin of that Type 6 was.
Well, let's check it out just to make sure.
Casey will type in the registries for the Altair and the Fermi.
What exactly are you looking for?
We're looking for the origin of both the ships, and like if the shuttlecraft, like what sort of unit or vessel it was assigned to.
All right, I will give you that information for a moment.
Yeah, that's true. We have a few momentums.
Okay, so the Altair came from Starbase 12, the Trillius Prime. They were registered to drop off cargo.
Sorry, you cut out there for a second. Did you say the Altair was from Trillius Prime?
So they came from Starbase 12 to Trillius Prime,
Okay.
and they were scheduled to drop off cargo.
Do we know what kind of cargo?
Just like food and medical supplies.
Stem bolts.
Okay.
Self-seating symbols.
Yeah, basically, whatever your standard
Gel.
cargo carrier
Gel
would
pack.
be moving between the between the member planet.
Borg implants.
And did we get the information for the Altair in that search as well?
That was, unless you wanted something else.
The Fermi, I think, the shuttlecraft.
Oh, I think we were confused on what ship you're talking about.
All right, so the Altair was the cargo vessel.
Right, yeah.
Fermi is the shuttle.
Before I put my foot in my mouth, warp probes Can they track ships and stuff like that? Could we use that to track one ship while we chase another? Is that a possibility before I mention it to the guy?
Probably, but range and communicating with them might become an issue as you move further.
I would think that we could. Well, I mean, are they outs? I guess if they were inside the system, would we be able to communicate with it?
If what was inside?
If the ship and the probes were inside the system.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're in the same system, yeah. It's just when you start going light years, communications starts becoming an issue.
Sure. I'm just checking because I figure communications would be there would be communication hubs within the inner federation, like places like Beta Z Trill. I would think that they would have established like boosters and stuff to be able to communicate swiftly and quickly with data,
Right, but you're trying to send sensor data through communication channels. It becomes difficult, especially the further away you get. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying it's going to be difficult.
Sure. We need somebody to invent that. They could just do communication data. We need sensor information to be plugged in.
Back to the firm.
Did we get what ship the Fermi was registered with?
So the Fermi is actually not registered to any ship. It's actually registered to a civilian corporation or business entity, and it was slated to arrive at Trillius Prime to pick up passengers.
Huh. Do we know the passenger manifest?
You do, and feel free to make up names.
Okay. I'm assuming nothing noteworthy.
And they're actually slated to head toward Andoria. The names don't pop out at you. That's why I said feel free to make them.
Gotcha.
It is a 100% Trill complement, however.
Okay. And just for thoroughness sake, do we know like the nature of the business? Like what it does that it's registered to?
Mining consortium based.
Okay. So DeGrasse is going to go, well, Casey, what do you think?
Well, it's just a hunch, but it's possible that the Nausicaans are not entirely unrelated. If they have found a way through some sort of anomaly or something to get in and out, they may have been able to sneak close to Trill without being detected and taken a symbiont, which may fetch a high price on the black market.
It's a fair point. So these three ships that we're trying to track don't even have to be the ones that actually committed the crime. So
keep in mind the pools are actually a closely guarded secret.
I think we'll probably know more, she says, once we meet up with Dr. Blackwell, she says. Are we planning on picking up Dr. Blackwell, Captain?
Depends on the situation, Counselor.
She nods her head.
I also believe if I asked Blackwell to get like genetic, I guess you say, fingerprint of the symbiotes, and then maybe a signature of what kind of transporter was used for the beam out.
Right. Just waiting for the things to shift back to Trill. Oh, I got a message.
And if you guys If you guys don't have anything else on the ship, we can head to Trill now.
Counselor Lieutenant Casey, can you look into this mining consortium? See if it pans out, if it's actually legit or not. Lieutenant Commander DeGrasse, could you run a sensor sweep for any possible residue of cloaked vessels in the area, or that have been in the area?
I'll do my best, Captain.
I would also suggest you look into the names of the passengers to see whether or not of its authenticity. If I'm saying that right.
Authenticity.
I'll-
Yeah.
I'll cross-reference those names with the records that we have for the citizens of Trillius Prime and see what I can come up with.
Thank you. And then that's all I have.
Okay, so we'll let you guys on the ship stew on everything that just happened. So when we come back to you, ask me questions on what you guys want me to do, and I'll try to answer it best I can. We'll head back to Trill at the front.
All right. So working with Guardian Real, I'll. Are there? Can we? Is there? Do we have? Do you have records of the genetic markers of the young symbionts? And are there any sensors here that might have been active when the transporter beam picked them out of the pool?
We don't keep much technology around the symbiote. This is a sacred place to us.
Can we tell if they're still on the planet or if this beam was beaming them off planet?
I'll add that to the list I gave you.
Okay. Let's see. So.
Oh, actually, it was.
Yeah,
in
it was.
there.
It was on the list. Okay. So yeah, I will contact. Well, first let me try and see if I'll take a tricorder reading, see if I can pick up anything around the pool that where the symbiotes were kidnapped from.
Okay. Give me a reason or insight with engineering.
Oh my god. My
And
worst.
we'll make this a difficulty 2.
You got that?
Oof, that is my worst.
Use
Yeah,
that
I mean,
momentum.
you're trying to scan for a transporter beam. This very much seems like an engineering test.
Fair enough. Let's see.
Wait.
And difficulty 2. I will give you I'll give you a momentum for a third die. I don't have any focus that's going to apply, so let me make sure I've got no clicked.
So you said you're using a momentum?
Yes, if I can. Let's see if any.
Because you guys have 2.
I knew I should have gotten. I'm a doctor, not an engineer, instead of putting that point into daring. All right. Yes, I'm gonna spend the momentum, and let's just see if with 3 dice I can do this. Whoa!
You get it back.
That's crazy talk.
See, you're good. You got it all in check.
Yeah, tonight, and then there are the nights where I can't do anything but roll complications.
Yeah.
Roll 20s. Fritzing is in my favor tonight. May roll 20 be in your favor.
Or maybe you're just that good.
I don't know enough about. Could I give you momentum to find out if that's Starfleet or just Federation in general?
So the technology would be the same.
Okay, so no real way to
So,
tell.
so Starfleet's a part of Federation,
Yeah,
and
of
it's
course.
so transporter technology is basically the same in all aspects of the Federation.
Fair
So their
enough.
civilian vessels are the same, the Starfleet vessels are the same, blah 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 blah.
Okay, fair enough. So, okay, with this information, I'll go ahead and contact Captain Prax. Blackwell to Prax.
Go ahead, Doctor.
I've learned a few things. None of it's good news, I'm afraid. These symbiotes are very young. They're not ready for implantation and taken away from the nutrients of the pools. They are in severe danger, possibly, unless someone has managed to replicate that environment. We have no information on who did it or why they were taken. We've got some speculation, anything from black market sales to ransom to who knows what. It's even possible that that was an error, that they were trying to get mature symbiotes. I managed to do a scan around the pool. The transporter used was definitely Federation, but I couldn't narrow it down any more than that. I mean, it could be Starfleet, it could be civilian. It's all pretty much the same.
Understood, Doctor.
But we can tell you they're definitely not on the planet.
Was there any of the waters in the pool missing that was transported up with the symbiotes?
GM? No. The level of the pool is consistent with what it should be minus the mass of the symbiotes. So if they've either got the environment waiting or they don't, in which case, even if you reach them, it may be close to too late.
Thank you, Doctor.
Aye, Captain.
We just lost like half our people.
Really? You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Okay.
Casey say his computer blew up?
PC
Yeah.
crashed. Yeah, Casey said his computer crashed.
Yeah, I'm back now. Yeah, that was a hard reboot.
Man.
That's definitely how I heard that when you mentioned that name. Every time I hear Matt Damon's name, that's how.
Matt Damon.
Dr. Blackwell, if you like, you're more than welcome to join us on the search, since you know the most about it, well as the Guardian who has been accompanying you.
Understood, Captain. I'm going to talk with Guardian Riel and see if they have some sort of storage containment for some of the liquid from the pools. We may need to get these symbiotes into them as soon as we can. If not, I may be needing some equipment. But I'll be in touch.
All right. Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, I'll turn to Rial and go, Guardian, is there some sort of portable containment device for the waters of the pool that you can transport symbiotes in? If the people who took the young symbiotes don't have the right environment set up for them, we may need to get them into the proper waters as soon as possible.
We do have some storage containers that is used to transport the symbiotes. They are definitely not designed for long-term storage, however.
Well, the Monarch is a fast ship, so if we can find them, we'll get them back here as soon as we possibly can. Can you set me up with enough of those to take care of all four of there was four in this pool, right, GM?
Yes.
Yeah, all four of the juveniles.
Yes, follow me. I will lead you to the container.
Excellent. And we'll start working on that.
Yep, and then it's basically just just imagine like a standard cylinder, like a basically like a storage container, but on the side of it, there's like a something to monitor the symbiotes that are inside of it.
Right.
They're more ceremonial looking than anything. Probably used to transport them to
From the pool to
fro-
implantation. Yeah.
right.
Okay. Um, is it safe to transport these containers and the liquid?
Yes, it should not affect the integrity of the containers.
Ah, damn it. I mean, good. As soon as, and I'll contact the Monarch, let them know that I've got containers and with the proper water ready to beam up with me once they get into range, or they could send a shuttle.
And I'll let the captain know that I'd be happy to assist the doctor with that if he needs any help with any of that stuff.
But yeah, we could probably say the Monarch has probably just dropped warp at. It seems like a fewish hours have passed.
Do you want us to make a roll for that security check on that information he wanted, the captain wanted?
All right, so Blackwell's getting that in order. We could head back up to the ship and deal with anything up there. So remind me what people were doing.
The captain wanted. Oh, go
I
ahead.
wanted the counselor and chief of security to look into the mining consortium on its legitimacy, and DeGrasse to see if there's any possible cloaked vessels in the area,
Okay.
and also the names for the passengers, whether or not they're legit or not.
Okay. So DeGrasse, I am going to have you roll me a insight security roll. I'm going to give you a difficulty of 4. The difficulty is to check the authenticity of the names. Casey and Daye, your role, and remind me really quick, you guys were looking authenticity of the corporation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Your role is going to be a difficulty 3, probably the insight security again. But you guys can assist each other in that.
Do you want, she says, to do the investigation, or do you want me to assist you, or would you like to assist me? She looks at him, smiling with confidence.
I believe my knowledge of the security database here should give me a good background of knowledge, but help would be appreciated.
Of course, she says. She smiles. She looks down at him plucking away.
So
I will give you both assist from the ship using security and communications, because you'll have to go outside the ship for this info.
Okay. I'll focus with my investigation inside security. If that's cool.
Monarch. Was it sensor security for the Monarch?
Security and communication.
Cool.
That I feel that's not one that's used all the time.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard communications and security used.
I know it's never used, and I thought I would. It seems like the right role to make in this case too. At any rate, so you guys do find information on the corporation. It very much is a legitimate mining consortium. Let me quickly grab a name of a system to throw it in.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
So it's actually located near The mining operation is located near Deep Space 5 in a asteroid belt around there.
Cool.
And yes, the shuttle is registered to that corporation. And nothing stands out sinister about that corporation. All right, and that's all you guys wanted to know, right? Or was there anything else with that?
I think that's everything.
What about their representative? You know, the shuttle, but the actual pilot. Because they should have been registered.
Yeah, I assume that would be in the database too. Would that be a roll or just a
That would
question?
be a momentum spend.
Okay. Yeah, I'll spend a momentum for that then to find out what the flight crew was for that shuttle. Ah, very cool. Captain, it appears that the shuttle listed to the mining corporation has been reported as stolen.
Oh. Well, I think that's good enough reason.
It's just been reported within the last few minutes.
Well, that's most intriguing.
I think we have our lead.
All
See
right,
if
and
you
then
can't.
DeGrasse was doing something as well. Just so I could get all the information rolls done.
Sure. Well, Captain, in light of this new information, do you still want me to look at the passenger manifest and cross-reference with Trill, or even scan for cloaked vessels?
Don't worry about the cloaked vessels, but I want you to scan to see where the shuttle went to.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But I do want to cross-reference the passengers.
Okay, so yeah, that's the difficulty 4 check.
Gotcha. Well, Captain, would you be kind enough to assist me with this? Security checks and background checks are not necessarily my forte.
Uh,
I would also take Casey's help.
So Casey's indisposed.
yeah. She'll head over there and help out.
Cool, thank you.
All right, I'm going to spend 2 threat and increase the complication range by 1.
Okay.
So insight security rolls, complication range will be 2, difficulty is 4, assisted by the security comm.
Prax, you were going to say something?
So you may want to use your determination on this.
Yeah, I was either thinking of that or using my special joined ability to get a focus.
The other thing, or
You'd
I could do,
recommend the
I'll do
determination?
this. I will give you my determination, so that way you have an extra one to spend. Just in case you need
Okay.
a reroll. Like
Okay.
this is utmost importance to figure out the legitimacy of this shuttle. When that we're dealing with the
Okay.
front.
All right, sounds good. So, well, when using a determination, I can appeal, I guess, to the mission. It's not parameters, but
Yep.
Directive.
okay, directive. Okay. So would that suffice in this situation?
If you could name for me an adequate directive, then yeah.
Well, I guess they weren't explicitly laid out since this is a
Right. So this is basically me saying you guys have to create the mission directive.
gotcha. Well, I would say the directive is track this shuttle, learn as much about it to the best of our ability to get the symbiotes back to where they belong. I don't know, Prax, you have much more experience than I do on this.
The mission objective is actually to, I want to say, probably protect the, find and protect the missing symbiotes.
That's a good one to me.
Cool, cool. So what? That's two.
2 auto successes.
So down to 2 difficulty. We had the
No,
ships.
you
assist.
still roll 2 dice, but yes, it's down to 2 difficulty.
Yeah.
You could buy an extra dice. We have 1 momentum, and you could give them 1 threat if you want to roll 3 just in case. But there is
yeah.
2 assists on this, I believe.
I'll do exactly that and roll 3 dice. Yeah, you really want the answer to this question. Damn. All right. I'm rolling. Ooh.
That's 5, and the ship assists with
Ship already rolled. Ship hit.
wasn't that
So
Casey's?
yeah, that's Casey's rolls. It did hit. So you guys have 6 successes.
So 2 momentum. I guess the 2 momentum goes to cancel out the complication.
Works for me.
Yeah, I thought that was from the other roll that Casey did.
Hold on.
Oh well.
Hold on. I might have messed something up here. Hold. Right, DeGrasse was doing that. Okay, I think I got it to the right people.
Okay. Well, Captain, as you can see, I don't find any matches for these names.
Right.
These names don't appear to exist.
Begin a sensor sweep for the that shuttlecraft, Commander.
Of course. Of course.
We'll give this one a control or reason with your science. Difficulty 2, assisted by sensor science.
Okay.
So it'll be a difficulty 1 with advanced sensors.
Yep.
Awesome. Boom, boom, boom. Hopefully hopefully roll 20 cooperates. Yes, awesome.
And you had like sensor ops or something as a focus.
Yeah, sensor ops.
All right, cool. So you guys bank. You got a 3 moment. And I am just going to move you guys to the map. The shuttle is showing as being there. You guys see it?
So right on the line almost.
Yep.
Okay.
Just north of Kalak.
Kalak.
Kalach. Captain, I've tracked the shuttle. Would you like us to begin moving to intercept?
Keep a sensor lock on that shuttle. Ops, hail Dr. Blackwell.
Blackwell here.
Doctor, we believe we've located the missing symbiotes. Do you have anything that we can contain, place the symbiotes in once we attempt to rescue Op?
Yes, Captain. I'm standing by with containers for the 4 juveniles. They're not designed for long-term travel, but they should do to get them back to Trill and into their pool.
Very well. If you don't mind, Doctor, I'd like you to transport up with the containers. That way you can see to the medical needs of the symbiotes.
Understood, Captain. I'm standing by and locking onto my communications signal. Please inform your transporter officer that if I don't arrive in one piece, I will be removing his or their spleen with a spoon.
Understood, Doctor. Miss Knight, could you please do the honors of transporting Dr. Blackwell and the containers up to the ship, please?
Aye, Captain.
I'm going to put this hands at Knight.
She's only an ensign, Captain.
So this would be a crew activation and a difficulty
be.
3.
All right.
I look at Guardian Rail and said, "You might want to stand back a step or two." But I hate this.
Difficulty 3 raw or difficulty with the advanced sensors?
Oh, I forget about the sensors. Yeah, so it'll be a diff 2.
Okay. She does have a focus in transporter and replicators.
Yep. Yeah, so when I give you guys difficulty, I don't adjust for ships.
Yeah, that's why I asked to make sure. All right. So yes. Take a threat. She has bold engineering. Just in case. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
With a spoon.
With a spoon. You had to say it. So I'm gonna use her value. Always prepared, always vigilant to re-roll the 2 zeros.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if she's always prepared and vigilant.
Yeah. See, that's so much
Apparently she is.
better with Knight. Ship assist with sensors engineering. So yes, I guess that's 3 momentum.
Yep, so you guys are maxed out. And Doctor, you find yourself beamed onto the transporter pad with all the containers.
I arrive with my eyes scrunched tightly shut, and then my right eye opens and kind of looks around, and I pat myself down to make sure all my parts are there. All right.
Are you okay, Doctor?
Yeah, well, we'll see. In the meantime, help me with these containers.
Pretty sure
Take them
Knight
to
would not let the Doctor get snippy with her. She is half played on.
By all means, RP with her.
Doctor, I assure you, that my transporters operate at 100 capacity.
Yes. Well, we'll see. Breaking people down to their component atoms and shoving them halfway across the galaxy just to reassemble them and hopefully. But anyway, help me with these containers. We've got to get them to sickbay so we can be ready in case we find these juvenile Trill. It's not my fault that this barbaric technology is still in use.
Doctor, this is the state-of-the-art technology. I highly suggest you read up on the various technical manuals. Many advancements have been incurred since its induction in the 22nd century.
Oh yes, and yeah, because things work so well when you rip somebody into a stream of atoms and communications and reassemble them.
I assure you, there's far worse things could happen within a shuttlecraft than there can be within a transporter.
Oh, sure. I've never seen somebody in a shuttlecraft appear with half of their leg in a rock before, either.
Suddenly, it's clear what crew he's come from. And he's the sane one.
And honestly, we don't know what long-term, micromolecular damage may be done to putting living beings through these things.
There's 200 years of medical data to ensure that this device works perfectly safe.
Mm. And yet accidents still happen. I don't know. I'll take a shuttlecraft every day. At least there's better chance of survival if something goes wrong there.
Part Tellarite. I love it.
She just rolls her eyes and grunts a little. Fine. She grabs a I want to say like a hover. One of those
anti-grav things.
Puts the containers on to help move the bowls.
Right. I'll keep an eye on the readouts on the temperature and everything of the water inside. Hey, and if you guys don't mind, I'd like to spend 2 of that momentum we've got to create an advantage.
Sure.
Since Blackwell's been on Trill and has been working with the symbiotes and the Symbiosis Commission, I want to, if the GM will let me, state that I have the advantage of being familiar with symbiote physiology and the appropriate chemical nutrient mixture of the pools to give me an advantage for any rolls I may have to do to help transfer and keep the symbiotes alive.
Approved.
Yay!
I'm almost thinking you might be able to make that into a trade.
I'll definitely do that.
Like next to the human,
Right.
You could put like familiar with the symbiosis process or whatever. However you word that pretty.
Yeah, I'll work on it.
Commander DeGraskin, if you could lay in the coordinates of the current location of that shuttlecraft to Helm.
Of course, Captain.
And then after I've got all that settled, I'll head for the bridge. Well, I better stay in sick bay. This ship moves so fast. IONT.
Oh, Doctor.
Mm-hmm. Yay! Yeah.
All right. Nice. Helm, lay in a course, maximum warp.
Aye, Captain. And the ship enters warp. You guys may take this opportunity for some free RP.
How long is it? How long is the trip to where we're heading? How many hours or whatever is it going to take us?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take long to get there. With your ship, probably an hour, hour and a half top at maximum warp.
Not
Uh,
long enough for Casey's gourmet fish and chips.
No,
Yeah,
no lunch break.
Prax, definitely correct me if I'm wrong because I am not savvy with the.
It depends on distance, so I need to know
it's-
distance.
So from Trillius Prime to probably the line.
It's probably about 10 light years.
It'll be put out of the
Just
fleet.
guessing. Nah, it's like 5 light years, probably.
That's probably not even. I got to remember how to do this.
Got a cool website for it. If you want a website, you just plug in the things. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know the website. It's just I can never remember how to use the ruler tool on this
TNG, what's our speed? Oh, the ruler tool.
because that'll give us the light years, and then you could plug that into your formulas.
About
So
9.
so you guys are at Trillius Prime. I moved the ship.
Yeah, it was about 9 light years. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 4.
What speed are we going at?
9.985.
Nice. It's nice.
You guys have the hot rod of the fleet.
We do. I gotta put an hour. I put that in days. Actually, 4 hours.
All right, so you have that long
Yeah.
for whatever free role play you guys want. Try to keep it semi-brief though.
So DeGrasse
Cool.
is going to look up and say, did I hear fish and chips?
Absolutely, she says, looking over.
Apparently, that'll be in my quarters after this shift.
And then I kind of get this look like, oh, not right now.
Unfortunately, not. Of course, you're
Anybody-
welcome to come, Commander.
Anybody for a Gouda hamburger? I guess it's a cheeseburger. She looks over. A hamburger with Gouda cheese on it. Just maybe we can grab something and then come back. Since
A fair idea.
That's a Gouda burger.
Gouda burger, we can role play the ride back from lunch. I guess. How about that? The turbo lift. That'll keep it short. It's not actual lunch, but they had lunch and then they come back. If you're cool with that. Does DeGrasse go?
Oh yeah, DeGrasse is definitely going to go. Never
Alright,
skips a lunch.
She'll
Casey's
go have
hungry.
lunch. She will order a Gouda cheeseburger with tomato and A1 sauce on it. And
Oh, we got a lounge?
Ooh, nice.
Oh, we have to get an avatar for Bob so we can put Bob behind the bar.
See back here? That's the captain's lounge.
nice.
Not for us.
Is nice.
Oh, I inadvertently threw you guys on the table. I like how that worked out.
That's pretty good. She says, so the two of you play chess often?
Well, Commander DeGrasse has been teaching me for a while.
He's been a very quick learner, as you saw when you watched us
Yeah,
play.
I really have to apologize for last time. She says I was a little bit bored and I interjected myself maybe a little bit into your game last time.
Very flattering, Commander. Thank you.
Yes, Commander. I'm glad that we were able to temporarily arouse your attention.
Amuse my attention, she smiles.
Mm. How's the burger?
It's delicious as she looks down. Takes a pretty healthy bite. She takes a pretty big bite for a lady.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. Well, do you guys think that we might be able to get Blackwell here? Last time we spoke, he seemed to be a man who liked his food.
Ship's looking for a CMO, right? Checks the DeGrasse.
Yes, yes, we are. We have an open roster, and to, I mean, to what I understand, no decisions have been made.
As far as I've heard, he's won a medal, she says, and he's got a decent amount of experience given his years of service in Starfleet. Probably be a good addition to the crew.
He's old.
He's old. That's what I said. He's old. He's really old.
DeGrasse is going to lean forward and say, "So what's the deal with the transporter phobia?"
Oh, I didn't hear about this. There's a transporter phobia?
It's in. It was one of the. I forget what they
No,
call it when you roll up a character in Blackwell's past. There was a transport accident. Somebody he beamed down and his fellow crewman was beamed with his lower leg into a rock. And
Nice.
Blackwell managed to save his life, but ever since then he's had he would much rather take the shuttle.
She looks at DeGrasse like intrigued by, ooh, who's got a transporter phobia? Something I can work on.
Yeah, I've heard that the Blackwell's a little nervous around them. That might be something that you can have a conversation with him about.
Oh, most definitely. She says there's cognitive therapy or exposure therapy that could work, or EMDR. She says eye movement desensitization and responsiveness.
So gonna hit you with a sedative.
DeGrasse is going to look at Casey and just kind of open his eyes wide and kind of shake his head a little bit at Dai's enthusiasm.
There is literally nothing that exposure therapy cannot solve over time. You can Overton window people to anything. Well, almost anything. She looks over.
You know, I'm not afraid of transporters by any means, but I also would prefer to take a shuttle. I just like to fly.
So your promotion, DeGrasse looks over. When's it going through?
Well, from what the captain said, it's really my decision. Whenever I would like to push forward and really kind of shape it into anything I want to. It's a lot to think about. Do I take the full promotion XO? Do I split my duties between science and XO? She's giving me options.
She gets a smirk and kind of like some. She says, how could you not take the XO chair? She says.
Oh well, trust me. I don't think there's a doubt that I'm likely going to take it. It's just what form it's going to be when I take it.
So what's holding you back? Takes a big healthy bite again.
I love science. I love being a practicing science officer. I have my entire life. That's what I've devoted my life to, and whether there's bumps along the road or not, I keep coming back to it as my first love. That's something that I want to be near to my entire career, and I'm just a little wary of getting myself in a position where I might have to give that up.
Well, most Starfleet officers have usually two primary requisites, usually a prime and a secondary thing. She says if you were to take the XO position and be secondary towards science, who knows, in some years you could be a captain of a Nova, she says, and run science operations.
That is true. However, as you know, I'm a little late in my career, and I don't know, taking captain, it's a lot of work up to that level.
Or you could stay science officer, not become XO, and Casey could move to the XO position as second officer. She looks over at Casey.
Casey just shrugs. I was second officer on my last ship, but it had only 40 crew, so I don't know if that really counts as command experience.
Well, Casey, in my experience, whether you're commanding a few tens of crew or a few hundred, you learn many of the same lessons. So I wouldn't doubt it.
I'll keep that in mind.
Did the captain give you a certain amount of time to think about it?
No time limit. I'm assuming I have to make the decision relatively soon. But counselor, I mean, if you wouldn't mind, this might be something that you and I could sit down and talk about one-on-one a little bit later. I have some things to think about.
She raises her eyebrow. She says, yeah, I could help you reach a decision. She says, usually it's just jumping through certain hoops about yourself, about what you really want. Internal questions. It's pretty standard stuff. I mean, we could do it over a drink. She says it's not something you have to come in for a session or anything.
Understood. Still love to have your help. So, well, I guess in my position, it's probably incumbent upon me to say we probably need to get back up to the bridge.
I was just about to say that myself, Commander.
After you, counselor.
She gets up. She will walk and lead the men back to the bridge.
All right, Dr. Blackwell, Captain Prax, anything you guys would like to run?
I don't really have anything now.
Okay. So we'll head back up to the bridge with everyone that is heading up there.
Is her pacing even apparent once we get back, Mrs. Prax? I'm
It's
assuming yes.
slightly as she's looking down at a pad.
Anything I can assist with, Captain? She takes a seat. Puts her stomach on her belly, like a feed baby.
No, I'm quite all right, counselor. Helm, ETA.
Stand by.
Can I begin to psychoanalyze the captain?
I was going to say
Just by
at that.
stuff.
I was going to say at that exchange, DeGrasse looks up at the counselor and just gives her a, she's a tough nut to crack type look.
She kind of smiles at him. You
Captain.
know it.
We're approaching the coordinates for the shuttle. We're about 5 minutes out. However, I am detecting other ships within its proximity. I recommend we increase our alert status.
Identification on those vessels.
Working on it.
Okay, Casey, roll me. Ooh, this would be a good opportunity to use your con. Roll me your reason con. Assisted by the ship sensors con, a base difficulty of 2. And we will enter a new scene.
No focus for that one either. Okay. Ooh. Oops.
Wow, yeah.
And the Roll20 gods have turned.
You know
Well,
what?
Why have they ever?
I'll leave it up to you, Casey. But if you have determination, you could re-roll that.
Yeah. Wait, so I have a question here. For the focus used on the ship, like what is the focus used function on a ship?
Ship always has
So-
focus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, whenever the ship rolls, it's always assumed to be rolling with a focus. It's basically like the like everyone's experience, so to speak.
So that's one success, right? Yeah,
So the ship does not get an assist unless you get a
oh,
success.
yeah,
And
so
it's and
ship
it would
can't
be
do all that.
sensors con, not engines con.
Oh, I thought I heard engines.
No,
con.
the difficulty would go down then one, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I still think that's 13. So what is?
You'd probably have to re-roll that.
Yeah.
But you can't roll it unless Casey gets a success regardless.
No
So-
plan survives enemy contact value.
No.
Ooh, that's good value though.
That's my only close value, I would say. I don't know if I could challenge any of them. I don't think so.
What about remember the Resolute?
Um. So like by challenging it, does that mean like I have to like go against that value? Because I don't know if this would be going against it.
That's to get it back though, to get a determination back.
Oh, to challenge a value?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I see. Yeah. I guess remember the Resolute, maybe.
Yeah.
It got ambushed.
No,
That's the story.
because okay, in terms of that, as remember it because it got ambushed, I'll give you the.
Ah, awesome. And so the determination is it's automatically a 1, right?
Not in
One.
this case because you're using it to re-roll the dice.
Okay, so do I reroll 2 dice or just 1?
Yes, yeah, you
Two-
re-roll
two,
both.
Okay, cool. Fuck.
Wow, they're nearly identical.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah. So I think at that point it has to stand. It's a sign from the dice gods.
we do not know what the fuck these ships are, Captain.
And it goes as far as you can't even get an accurate number. So you have zero idea what you're about to run into.
Yes.
Mr.
I
Casey,
failed you.
red alert.
God, I hope it's a Borg ship.
Yes,
Say
Captain.
It's a Borg ship. Say it's a Borg ship.
Be quiet.
Please no Borg ship.
That'd be a Borg ship.
What is
His
with
fleet
everyone
is
wanting a Borg ship after the Terraskova game?
Ah, no.
We're all jealous. They got all the cool.
Oh, don't worry, it's
Like-
coming for you guys.
Uh-oh.
I'd like a transfer, please.
Okay,
Hey, look,
so,
Nausicaan Raiders.
Hey, my hunch was right.
you do that
partially.
just by looking at them? Impressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is what you guys drop out of warp 2.
Well.
I'll put you guys about that far. There's 3 Nausicaan Raiders and the shuttle there.
Fun. Alrighty. I guess we need to activate our con officer. In this case.
Do we? Do we really?
I'm pretty sure if we want to move in
Or
combat.
gel. Yeah. Or gel.
I say you let Casey do it.
I have decent con, but if it's a control con, I'd be
Well, I would rather,
But-
because if we're getting into combat, you
Yeah.
need to roll as security
Yeah.
officer. So we're going to activate our con
Yeah.
officer in this case.
good. No, that makes a lot more sense.
So I'm not gonna give the order, but I think the conference should go first, and I would think we should do a warp jump right on top of the shuttle. I just don't know how many zones that is. Because that's extreme, right? Yeah, we classified as extreme.
Yeah.
So 3 power. Is it 4? Yeah, 4 power to do that.
Yep. Yeah, that looks good to me.
Which we do need to, I guess, roll to see if.
Con officer.
So this is his actually. It's in their activation form too. So it was night.
Somebody's fire detector needs its battery replaced.
Yeah. I have to write that in from last time. All right, GM. So what am I rolling for the con officer?
What is that? Yeah, we'll make this daring con because you're trying to do some daring maneuver.
All right.
I gotta check the difficulty though.
I think it's base 0.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I think you're right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. 0. Is this by Engines Con?
I think spend a momentum for a third dice. See if we can't actually gain some momentum out of this. Oh dear God. That's 7.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we also need to roll 4 challenge dice too. See if we get, because we have improved warp drive. So yeah, for each effect roll, that point of power is not spent.
Cool.
So
So you get 1. So yeah, you spend 3 power.
Yeah. So we're down to 8. And that puts us right there.
Okay. Does this turn pass?
You know what? We have oh god, so we gain 7. That puts us at 9. That's 3 overflow. Could we spend 2 of that momentum to keep the initiative, or less?
Yeah.
That'll allow us to go. Casey, activate the tractor beam.
Yes, Captain.
Page
So
223.
it's control security and then difficulty 2. That's just by structure.
What was the assist? Sorry.
Structure security. And I was getting my book out to look at something, but I suddenly don't remember what it was. Oh, no, I do. I gotta double check difficulty.
Difficulty should be 2 for the tractor beam.
Yeah, I was just making sure since you spent momentum to keep if it goes up by 1.
That's only for a swift task.
Yeah.
We're just keeping the initiative.
Okay. So you engage the tractor beam on.
The shuttle, I
Yes, on the shuttle.
assume.
Okay. Yes, the tractor beam is engaged on the shuttle.
The difficulty for the shuttle to break 3 is 5.
Cool. Not a concern. This ship right in front of you. And the 2 other ships, they're not going to move, but they're going to move into an attack posture right at your ship.
That's some real gall attacking a sovereign Federation planet in Federation space.
And then it'll pass back to you. So basically, their turn was to go to warp. And then I just told you their intentions.
Do a sensor sweep on the shuttle, or do a scan on the shuttle to see if we have the symbiotes are on there.
Okay, we'll do.
Science book, where are you? You think playing a science officer, I would remember what the sensor sweeps were.
It's usually just a reason plus science, depending on
Well, I always thought it was like control science.
no, it's depends on the role, but control science is for scan for weakness. If we're scanning for life forms, usually it's reason plus science.
Reason science, yes. Assisted by ship sensor science. Difficulty 0. We will go ahead and make that a difficulty. No, it's fine. Difficulty 0.
Which we're
Okay,
at 6
cool.
momentum, so it's gonna succeed no matter what. We're gonna have
Yeah.
overflow. Just the roll to see if there's complications.
Well, in that case, I don't really want to roll. Can we just have it? All right, I'll roll. Nope. Captain, according to my sensor suite, the shuttle is completely empty. No cargo, no crew, completely empty.
You have a free question. Didn't a ship just go to warp? Another one?
A ship did, yes.
Cool. Am I able to detect any transporter signature or anything else that would imply that, everything was beamed off the shuttle? Okay. And I'll use another momentum to.
So these are free questions because your position.
Yeah, we also
Oh.
have two. Yeah. So you have
So
Studious as well.
So yeah, so
I
you
do.
get 2 free questions.
Gotcha.
So you
Two.
used 1.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know if it was 1 or 2 in this case. And I'm assuming that's a good one to ask. I'm assuming we can tell the direction in which it warped off to. Is there anything about the warp signature or anything else that would give me an idea as to what kind of ship it is?
Well, it's the same type as the other ships, so I'm not going to take that.
Okay. Cool.
Give one of the free
So
questions.
yes.
The one that
Oh,
the course that it went to.
well, I'm assuming GM, correct me if I'm wrong. Would I just know that, or I mean, I guess I can ask that question if I don't automatically know that.
You know the direction it went off on.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll use that as your second one. So
Okay.
I won't make you roll for it.
Okay, cool. Captain, I detected a warp signature, headed off in such and such direction, and it does look like there was a transporter signature, implying that cargo was beamed off the shuttlecraft.
Current range of the other 2 vessels. Like game terms, like their extreme range right now, or long.
They are extreme. Probably gonna move into long here.
Okay. I think with that though, really thinking time is of the essence on this one. Helm, the direct task, lane a course, follow that other vessel. I think it's also a minor to disengage the tractor beam.
Right, well, first they move there, and then you could do your task.
Right. Yep.
But you know what? I'm gonna spend 2 threat.
Oh, okay.
I want them to shoot. I'll spend another to buy an extra deck. So there, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll use the versatile 2 for piercing twice.
So 7.
Yes.
I believe that is a breach.
Yeah, let me. Was the breach table ever fixed, or was it never?
No, it was never broke. Or
I know Grennan said he thought it was. Structure. That means I have to roll challenge dice here.
ow.
Ooh,
Ow.
Someone is getting a nice little.
That is a lethal injury.
Ooh.
Fixed my hair really nice today.
Good thing you've got a doctor on board.
Sorry, Doc. It's actually you.
We had a doctor on board.
So like I rolled the 3 and I just went down the list
Yeah,
as your
fair enough.
characters appear in the Monarch characters. So the third one was Dr.
Oh, I can't even see his character.
Can I give you a 2 momentum to avoid the injury?
Of course you can.
Is that 6? Is the damage?
7.
That's well, no, that's just 5 stress.
Okay.
I believe that's how it rules.
Oh, that's right. 6 was the effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. The effect was someone's getting injured from the structure taking damage. That someone was you, but you have spent the momentum to avoid. So basically, like they hit the ship, sparks fly everywhere, and it's sick bay. A beam falls down, and you roll out of the way of it at the last second.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I
Well-
still get hurt. Yeah.
yeah, you don't take the injury. You take 5 stress.
Stress. Right.
Yeah.
He's a little bit stressed out now.
A biobed exploded.
Biobeds can explode.
Apparently.
Nice.
Shoot. Well, scratch my last
I'll
order.
bet.
Lieutenant Casey, return fire, and that is my direct.
With pleasure.
Keep in mind, you have bold security.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it now. I just want a general phaser shot, or is there anything particular I should be targeting?
You know what? You could target their engines, but it'll increase the difficulty by 1. Unless
Okay,
you have a talent.
so that makes it a difficulty 3.
GM should clarify that, but I believe so.
Yes.
Okay, difficulty 3. So shipboard weapon systems
Yep.
focus. Does the ship assist on this?
Yep. Weapon security.
And I'm gonna generate a threat for rolling 3 dice.
Roll
love-
4. It will spend 2 momentum.
Okay, I'll do that.
I do love threat.
You can re-roll that complication.
Yes, I can, and I will.
Come on, complication. Boo. S-
3 momentum.
you guys get 3 momentum out of shipboard damage, please.
We never clarified before the shot, so can't do that. I was gonna say spread, but it's also a target. So
I forgot about spread too. Thanks for reminding me.
yeah, and it's up to you if you allow us to do spread on this attack before we
No,
roll.
no. You guys know the rules.
Yeah, nah. Tried. You're spending a momentum to re-roll some of that damage there.
That's one of the versatiles.
No, I'm spending an actual momentum, not the versatile
okay.
just yet.
Okay, cool. So roll 5 challenge dice.
Me?
I did.
nope.
I got it.
Oh, okay. Well,
So currently they are taking 3.
Wow. Okay. So because that's 8 damage.
It
Both
is.
versatiles into piercing.
Okay.
And it is
so right now they're at 7.
because that's 8. Okay. It is a direct hit to engines. Let's spend 2 momentum for power drain for dampening. So that's 2 power loss plus the additional from the breach.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that's 4 power loss on them, I believe.
Yep.
I believe the turn passes to them.
It'll be back to
I believe the only one that hasn't gone is the doctor and the counselor.
Well, we have taken breach, so I can do the sick bay magic power.
Right.
you.
Also probably need to use night at some point to regain power as well.
So should I do engines or weapons for the department?
I would probably say be security.
No, it's a ship's department, so isn't that?
Yeah, it's
Weapons.
command, security, science, con, engineering,
Oh.
medicine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Systems is the engines, weapons,
yeah.
computers.
Uses that department maybe roll. So security or engineering?
I'll leave it up to you. Either or is a good choice, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Especially if we're going to have a power roll coming up. So yeah, I think I'll do engineering for the sick bay medical task. It's daring medicine with a difficulty of 2, assisted by ship's computers plus medicine. And that will, the next task which uses that department can reroll 1d20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so daring medicine. I'll give you a determination. A momentum, so I can use bold for a die.
You mean threat for bold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have cautious. Wrong character. Yep. A momentum for cautious.
There you go.
Yeah. Since what is happening here is we're getting injured people back to work, can I use one of my medical focuses, emergency medicine?
Yep.
Okay. So I think this is difficulty 2. Nice. So gain 2 momentum. And so next task that uses
Then-
engineering is to reroll a d20.
Then we need the ship's computers.
Oh yeah.
Computers, medicine.
No whammies.
It was close. 18. Okay, so it passes it back to them, right?
Yes.
Terminal generator. You're fine. Get back to your post. Take 2 of these and call me after the battle.
I'll mention.
Ooh. I like that complication.
Yeah.
And the enemy ship blows up.
I'll say, should we hail them, sir? I'll mention that.
Okay, let me see what this complication will do, because I don't think I want to buy it away. I'll make it a power drain. Pass back to you.
I believe it's the counselor, unless you want. Someone would probably want to use night in this case to shield or power. Probably okay on power. Probably need shields. But it's your go, counselor. Unless you want to yield it to a supporting character.
Our shields are up, right?
Yeah, but we currently only have 6 shields left. So if we get any more damage past that, we're going to take 2 breaches. And it'll be harder to keep our shields to get them back up again.
Sure. Okay, well, I'm gonna think not like the player, and I'm gonna think like the character. She's gonna say, "The captain, should we hail them, sir?" She's gonna suggest
I think their
rather than
intentions are clear.
Can I roll a persuade roll on the captain?
Probably not.
Okay.
You know, counteracting orders and all that jazz.
I'm not counteracting orders. I respectfully like make a suggestion. Surely I have enough dice to be persuasive in a professional manner.
Yeah, I wouldn't let you roll to persuade the captain to hailing. Like it's fine role play, but I wouldn't let you roll that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to question your orders.
You still have a task roll that you can do.
Permission to, let's see here.
Activate Sokolov. He doesn't get enough love.
It's an engineering role, right? To if I activate one of the supporting characters to you made the suggestion of activating a supporting character to help with the shields, right?
We just activate, like we already have like Knight activated, so you can use Knight.
That was
To
last
re-
scene. That was last
Yeah,
scene.
it
however.
was. Yeah.
So you'd have to do it again.
So I'd reactivate him, and then I'd roll an engineering roll to recalibrate the shields.
Or regenerate the shields, I think is what Prax was wanting.
What's the roll?
So it's control engineering difficulty 1, assisted by the ship structure engineer.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'll
Activate Sokolov.
I'll activate the engineer. I guess it's uncouth for me to request to try to do that myself.
Armusen squirrel attacking.
Sure. So we'll activate the engineer and have the engineer make the roll.
Cool.
Moose and squirrel are attacking. Let's stop them. That is Natasha.
Characters.
I said reroute power up to the shields, damn it.
Which one are you activating?
It's night, right?
Okay.
Ah, I thought we were getting epic Russian.
Boris, you mean?
Yeah, Boris.
Let's see. Does he got anything in there?
You would probably actually be better for this.
I'll go to night. I'll say she knows from better.
I mean, Boris might be better because he's got a higher control, but it doesn't matter which one really.
I'm gonna go at night. She's on the bridge, right? So
It's either bridge or an engineering.
sure.
She could be anywhere you want her to be.
I'll go with night. And I'll go over there. Can I assist her? Is that or no?
No.
Okay.
No, because it's from the station.
Okay. Cool. I'll let Knight do it. Task roll. Boom. We got momentum. Does she have anything in there? Let's see. She has bold engineering. I'll spend 3 threat.
Remember, you've got a reroll of 1d20 because of the
Um,
medical.
You could just give him 1 threat and we could spend 2 momentum.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to save the momentum. That's fine.
Okay.
Not too worried
I
about this
mean,
threat.
it's a difficulty 1 task, so
Oh, it's a difficulty 1 task. Okay,
yeah.
fine. I just want to make sure she succeeds at it. I didn't know if the higher successes mean more shields back or not. So we'll just do the 1.
No, it's so if you succeed, the ship regains 2 shields plus 2 for each momentum spent.
Okay. I'll keep the +2 for each moment. I'll keep the momentum. I'll give you a bold and a threat and roll 3 on that and see how that goes. And get
Oh.
2.
Sorry, I meant to roll engineering.
And then we can spend our momentum for more, right?
So it would be a needed rolled an 8. It's only 1 less, so it'd be 12 for the actual roll.
Yeah, nope, you're fine.
Okay, so I guess that's
so you guys get 2 momentum. Any rerolls?
No, I'm cool with the roll. I mean,
that's
Alright,
fine.
so
The
so you guys
2
get 2 momentum out of it, and then you guys get 2 shields back, and then you could spend momentum to get 2 shields back per each momentum spent.
I would say the 2 momentum again put it straight into the 4 more shields.
yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Yep. So you guys get 6 shields.
How much are we away from full?
1.
All right.
Nice.
Cool.
And we go
Keep
down
the
to
rest in.
6 power.
We're at like 5 momentum, or no, we're at 4. Cool.
All right, goes back to them. Right, do you guys have any more turns, or am I good to finish them up?
That's it.
Okay.
Unless, because we did activate a sporting character, I don't know if you allow the counselor to actually go, unless they're forfeiting their round.
Yeah, I just made the comment of permission to hail them. You want us to hail them, sir? I'll ask. That's the question I asked, and then she gave me the answer. So there we go.
All right, so they're done. It'll pass to you guys, top of the order.
Did they attack us again?
No.
So one's in close range, the other one's in medium.
Yep.
I'm just gonna have the con officer to do evasive maneuvers.
Okay.
It's a difficulty 1, I believe.
Yep. Daring con plus structure con will cost 1 power.
Yep. Flight control systems for a focus.
Yep.
Take a threat. Or no, sorry. Yeah, take a threat. He doesn't have bold, but that's okay.
Then I need structure con. All right, you guys get 2 momentum. And you are evasive action.
Yeah. He also has glancing impact. So our resistance goes up to 8 total. Goes up by 2.
Yep. And so pass back to them.
Yes.
All right. I will spend 3 threat.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, that's a big ouch.
Raz blaming Mataz.
14.
So that's 14. Yep.
Jeez.
Suck at the edge.
Glad we did
Wow.
evasive maneuvers.
Glad you got the shields back up.
Yeah.
So it's 14 minus 8, so it's 6.
Assuming you don't,
I'm not going to spend on anything because
that is a breach.
that's another breach the structure.
Ugh. This
Not
is
an
not
idea.
looking good.
The doctor. He's avoiding rafters falling and beds blowing up.
I thought sick bay was supposed to be the most secure part of the ship.
Oh, no, that was the if somebody gets hit thing. Is that
Yeah, it did not. It
okay.
did not roll an effect, so no one gets hit.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like third in line. Isn't that him again?
It will pass back to you guys.
Thank God it's nothing yet, though. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not gonna do any orders here yet, but Casey, if you want to light one of them up, that I would, more than welcome to.
Which one have we damaged so far? Is it the lower one?
It's the one in
Yeah,
medium range. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, can I just go for like just a general shoot everything? I don't know how that works,
Let's
but
do spread. Let's do
Yeah.
spread.
Alright. So a spread, is that with like, what's the difference between a spread and just a shot?
So so spread will, like, if you roll an effect, it will damage a random system
I see.
at
That
half
makes sense.
damage.
Okay.
It still needs to be adjusted for resistance like normal, but
So this is a difficulty 1 task.
you still got to hit the ship, so it's a difficulty 2.
Okay.
Or
I'm gonna-
no, actually, I lied. It's a difficulty 3 because you guys are evading.
Okay. Then I'm gonna generate 2 threat to roll 4 dice.
Unless he has a skill to get rid of that, but I don't know if he does.
It is 3 threat or 1 threat and 2 momentum
Right.
to get 4 dice.
Okay. Yeah. 1 threat. How much momentum do we have? It's
We're at 6.
Yeah,
6,
you guys are
right?
full.
Yeah. All right. Then yeah, I'll spend 2 threat, generate 1 threat, spend 2 momentum to roll 4 dice for this spread. Okay. And it's got the ship. Awesome. And I'm
That's-
gonna re-roll that one.
So 1 floating and we're back at max.
Yep. Damage, please.
Okay.
Come on, ship.
Yeah. So you get the effect.
That's 8.
So you guys are at 3.
Both of those versatiles should probably go into piercing.
Okay.
The one floating momentum, I suggest goes into piercing as well, or extra damage to get the full 8. And then,
All right, so that'll go to the engines.
so for the spread, it's half, which means it's 4, which then you subtract the resistance again, which means it's no damage. But it does get the versatile 2 for that. So if we use a versatile for piercing, we can spend a momentum for piercing as well, for a total of 6 piercing, and then 1 momentum for extra damage, which should make it 5. My math is right.
Think so. So it does 4. 2 piercing. Will bring the damage to 3.
Right, we spend a momentum to do
Spend a
another
momentum
piercing.
for, so that'll be 4. So if you spend 2 momentum, you'll be able to do 2. You'll be able to do 5.
Yes, that's what we did.
All right, perfect.
Which is another breach.
Yep.
Did the shields go down too from that? Because that would have been
Sure did.
total.
Yep, sure
Is it-
did.
Yep. Sweet.
It-
You know what? We could spend the other 2 on devastating.
Devastating's always good.
Why not?
And with that much damage, you're probably going to have a pretty decent effect.
What does that do?
It's the same thing as spread. So
Okay,
half
so-
of the main attack, which is 3, counting the versatile, from we said earlier.
Man, I hope these guys just surrender because they're about to explode.
I don't want to waste any more momentum on it, so we'll let that stand, but that should be an extra breach at least.
Yep. To the weapons.
So that thing's taken 5 breaches.
Yep. And this thing is going to warp away.
Wait.
This one, seeing its friend take all that damage, is going to warp away.
Okay. With that, we're going to chase the other ship.
The other ship.
Yes, the other ship. The one that got away in the beginning.
Are we gonna bring like the shuttlecraft into our shuttle bay for study, or just?
Yeah, sure. Why not if we have time, but we did catch up to him.
How long is it going to take us to catch up to the other ship? It went to warp already.
So we'll go ahead and jump to the next. So get all your stuff back. Drop a moment.
Yay, thank God.
Hooray!
How long will it take us to catch up to that ship?
Hour probably. Like you're much faster than them.
Can I not immediately after that? Not immediately after that, but after some time goes by, can I ask to see the captain?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you guys a brief RP session here before we go to the final.
Thanks. And not immediately after that. It's not like, like I don't want it to be like that happened and then she's like, I want to see you, Captain. You know what I mean? It's not like that. I want to get a little time to go by to have a little bit of nuance.
Yeah,
as far as...
we'll give it a half hour. So you're
Okay.
halfway to there.
Permission to see you, Captain? Just this in your way room?
Is it necessary, Counselor? We have pressing matters to attend to right now.
She looks to, she says it probably only should take a minute. She says,
Very well. Commander DeGrasse, you have the bridge.
And then when she goes to the ready room, when she stands at attention, she'll say, "I want to apologize to you." She says, "If I didn't want to come across as if um, I was only making a suggestion." She says, "Of hailing them."
Counselor, I appreciate it, but the hostiles fired first, and it seemed that they were trying to delay our engagement at retrieving the symbiotes.
She nods her head. She says, "What do you think their intentions are?"
It's unclear. Hopefully, when we find them, we will figure out more to this problem.
She nods her head. She says, "I felt it quite frustrating." She says, "Myself." She says, "Be tracking down children or the symbionts like they were children." She says, "I always get a little bit nervous when it's things like that, lives like that." She looks back over at the captain.
Yes, it is very frustrating. Those symbiotes are the future for my species.
She says, "Well, if you need me for anything," she says, "as far as diplomatic talks with them or any assistance with that," she says, "I'm ready to do my duty, Captain."
Noted. Just stay vigilant, Counselor. Is that all?
I think that it would be beneficial to us, Captain, if our acting XO, she says, was to take the XO seat, she says, and perform his science duties from there. Um, seems to be a gap, she says, uh, in our proficiency to not have an active XO to be able to provide you more support. I always feel a need, she says, to insert myself. She says, but that's not so much my role, she says, of being more your left hand, she says, than your right hand. She says, and you deserve a right hand, I think, right next to you. Of course, that's just a suggestion.
Noted, Counselor.
Is there anything else I can do? She says, perhaps I can assist the doctor in preparing the symbiote transfer chambers.
By all means, if you feel your services are better offered in sickbay, be my guest.
All right, she's just gonna get a good gauge of her emotions as far as not like, because I can't read her mind, but like psychology-wise, I don't know if you'll let me have a role or not. But I've been trying to kind of learn more about the captain, and I don't. I'm not making up a way to make momentum, but
I mean, emotionally wise, she's frustrated at the moment.
okay. But it is what my character does, right? So, can I get a role? Can I get a role to learn more about the captain? Kind of like to see if she's really stressed, because I have a feeling that like the whole her race is being under attack right now, so I can see she's probably under a great deal of stress.
I probably won't give you the role because of where we're at in the story.
Okay.
I don't want you to get free momentum for.
Well, I mean, it's not free momentum. I mean, it's the strength of the character, just like anyone else has.
Right, but
engineering or whatnot.
I'm not going to give you momentum to be used for combat in the next scene.
Okay. All right. Cool. She will. She will go back to her seat. Yeah, but she'll say, she'll wait to be dismissed, of course. She'll say that if there's nothing more, she says that's all I wanted to.
You're dismissed, counselor.
All right, and she'll go back to her seat.
Yeah, I didn't want you guys to get a cheap momentum for it.
I don't know though. I don't know. Is it though? Is it cheap?
Yeah,
Well, it's kind of the counselor's role, isn't it? Kind of to build to do
but
that.
like generally, I wouldn't give you the opportunity to RP there. That's why.
All right. Okay. Well, the only reason I took the RP was because she kind of jumped into the fight. We like jumped on top of that ship and we didn't hit
Right.
anybody.
Like the RP is fine. I'm trying to give you guys opportunities, but I'm not going to let you use roles outside of what's going on in the episode to help it.
Okay. Cool.
Since you guys are down to 1 momentum, like I don't want you to get like I'm gonna do something outside of the episode to give us momentum for something happening in the episode.
Well, from a story dynamic, and this will be the last thing I mention. This is from a story dynamic. The way I think about it is that if the captain's under stress, and let's say she jumped into a firefight without hailing them, this could be a good opportunity for my counselor to go, boom, here's a huge role to put her head back in the game and maybe a different way of looking at it from a role-playing context, and then from a game mechanics context, add momentum for her to take advantage of that in the game from a game mechanics standpoint, from a counselor's aspect. That's what I meant. But I get what you're saying.
Right. It's good. It's a good idea for the future. It's just I don't think it applies here.
Okay, cool. I'll go back to my chair.
All right, cool. We'll go ahead and drop you guys back out of warp. Let me get it set up really quick. Oh, really? That stuff didn't come with it? Damn it. Annoying. I hate setting up tokens. Why couldn't it save this?
When you set up the token, you have to then resave it on the character sheet. Else it doesn't save the properties right.
You guys can determine how far close you guys want to be.
Probably within long to medium range.
Okay, that's probably a good long range right there.
Yeah. Ops, open communication to the enemy vessel.
Channel open.
This is Captain Azrael Prax of the Federation starship Monarch. Shut down your engines and lower your shields and prepare to be boarded. You have kidnapped individuals from Trill. Demand that they be returned at once.
And appearing on screen is a male. Captain, I am surprised to see you.
Quick glance. Do I recognize him?
No.
You have me at a disadvantage, sir. Can I have your name?
That one's a bit difficult.
In either case, Captain, I suggest you drop your engines and lower your shields. Your ship is no match for ours.
Oh, I'm not the captain here. I merely hired these individuals to help me with a task.
Well, I suggest your employees drop their shields and shut down their engines and prepare to be boarded.
May I
Well,
ask what this is about, Captain?
I think you know what this is all about, sir. You have kidnapped 4 individuals. They must be returned. Their very lives are at stake.
4 individuals, you say? I don't think anyone's been kidnapped here, Captain.
Listen, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. I prefer the easy way. I do not want to risk any further loss of life. You are endangering 4 individuals. I suggest you turn them over along with yourself.
I still don't know who these individuals are you are speaking of.
So I'm trying to figure out if I should really spill the beans about symbiotes, because not everyone really knows about them. But I guess that's a gamble I'm about to take. I'm referring to the symbiotes that you kidnapped.
We did no such thing, Captain. We merely wanted to join with the symbiotes, and that is what we arranged here.
I want to gain. Can I make a roll then to see if this guy is telling the truth in regards to the symbiote line? Because he said you've taken the symbiotes, and then he responded to that. Okay, cool. She will lean to the captain and tell the captain he seems to be truthful, she says, about symbiotes joining with them. Perhaps he's aware of the location of them, she says.
You're telling me you and 3 other individuals have become joined.
That is exactly what I am saying.
You are well aware that you not only risked your lives, but the lives of the symbiotes. They are far too young to be joined.
We are monitoring the situation here, Captain. I assure you they are well taken care of.
As one joined individual to another, I implore you, you need to come over to our ship so we can medically monitor you. Your very lives and the lives of the symbiotes that you now carry are in danger because of your reckless behavior. There is a reason why the joining process goes to the Symbiosis Commission.
And they are nothing but hypocrites and liars. Would you believe, Captain, that any Trill is capable of being joined?
Not exactly, but I am aware of certain conditions.
The Symbiosis Commission has been hiding this fact from us. And when we expose them, every Trill can have a symbiote if they choose to.
That is not true. You don't know all the information. There's a reason why the Symbiosis Commission limits information about them and why it is told that only a certain percentage of the population can be joined. Not everyone can be a joined Trill.
You sound just like them. I see that their lies and their falsitudes has carried over even into Starfleet.
Then allow me to prove it to you. I will tell you and give you the knowledge that you seek. Perhaps you'll gain a better understanding of what you have done.
I am the proof that it is possible.
I'm not saying it's not the proof that you cannot be joined or you're compatible. I'm telling you there are reasons why we have these policies in place, sir.
I'm trying to, it's so political. I'm trying to figure out a way to insert myself in the conversation. She said vigilant. I must be vigilant. Uh, Perhaps we could offer the ship captain, she says, some of our information, or they could offer their information to give us more insight in their findings.
Counselor, this is much more higher stakes than you realize. If you won't beam over to our ship, then allow me and the doctor to beam over there. A truce for the time being. Allow us to make sure that the symbiotes that you now carry are in good health and condition, and your vitals are stable as well.
Presence command, please.
Difficulty?
I'll give this a difficulty of 3.
Persuasion for a focus.
Yes.
Would this be an opportunity to use insightful guidance?
Will diffused attention count in this situation? The talent.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Yay. I'm gonna give you 1 threat, and I'm gonna spend a momentum for a another die. So I'm rolling 4.
You said 2 threat, right? Because I think you guys had 1 moment.
I had 1 momentum, and I was gonna give you a threat. Because it's 3 dice.
Oh,
yeah. It would only be 2
You
momentum,
catching your
or
turn, yeah.
2
I-
momentum or threat.
is Sure. Is this
That's
an Ed? Is this an opportunity to use insightful guidance to help build an advantage with assisting the captain in this social conflict?
Let me see what it does.
Here, I'll copy and paste there. My intent is to like he mentioned, the captain mentioned going over there. So obviously, the optimal thing would be if they came over here, and so I don't want to abandon that. I just want to provide maybe a guidance of kind of not interjecting, but inserting myself in the conversation in the extent of it seems like it's a matter of politics between the two of them. Um, and I think as a captain, if I could understand the psychology or the emotional state of this guy from this other ship, maybe I can use that to help the captain to convince him to come over to our ship rather than to go over to his ship.
I'm open to it being used. I don't know for that outcome.
Okay.
That's the
Then
captain.
how about it says for an additional advantage, and I'll let the captain decide what that is. From a meta standpoint, because my character's understanding and knowledge of psychology and emotional states should be able to help this situation out. But I'm assisting him, so it would be helping out the captain in whatever advantage he wants
Yeah,
to get.
I'll give you the assist, and
Okay.
then we'll figure that out later.
And then maybe Pax will come up with something that's more clever than me since he's the captain. I mean, it's his thing. And
So yeah, probably presence command for the assist.
all right, cool. Let's do the presence command out there. Psychology, presence command, 1 die. Should do well on that.
And I'll
Hopefully
let
there's a
you,
1.
and then I'll let you share what I sent you with your M2 Prax to gauge the situation of Boar.
All right, I'm just gonna copy and paste that to him. He seems to be telling the truth about the symbiote thing, which I already did tell you about the joining thing, and I will mention to the captain that kind of the you look over to somebody and you say something to them kind of under your breath or something like that. She'll say that she kind of detects a lot of confusion from him, so maybe he's maybe helping him understand the situation from a medical standpoint. emotionally may help the situation out, because he has a great deal of confusion. So I guess the idea, meta-wise, it's kind of hard to do it in role-playing, but the idea meta-wise is that this guy is confused because he recently got joined, so he might not be talking or conversating in a reasonable way, because of the stress and the confusion of the joining. And maybe we can make sure that they're verify what they have found, kind of surrender kind of to their idea that, hey, you guys have these ideas and stuff, but let us help you rather than making demands. And I don't know how to convey that role playing wise. Sorry, I don't.
I would say the advantage is you give me keen insight to what the individual is thinking, which would help reduce the difficulty by 1 for the next persuasion task that I might have to do with
Cool.
him.
Sure, works for me.
All right, cool. So then,
That's game mechanical. That's the only thing I can think of.
all right, cool. I think that's excellent, actually. So if we
Right,
end up
and
going over
then-
there, or they come over here.
All right, so
Whatever.
then you guys get 2 momentum out of that. I will allow you and your doctor to come over to the ship to prove to you that the symbiotes are safe. And after that, I expect you to leave us alone.
Very well. We'll talk more about it when we onboard your ship. And she motions to cut the comms.
Once she does, she'll look to Captain almost immediately. She says, "I sense a great deal of confusion in him. She says, he might not be in a reasonable state." She says, "I
He
think
joined with a symbiote that was not ready to be joined with, counselor, because he could potentially be in that state, if not pose a great risk for the symbiote itself in future development and future hosts.
Of course, I just think that if you take the path of making demands of them, he might not be reasonable in his current psychological state. He might be more open to you if you're more passive in your in a discussion about it." She says, "He definitely probably needs medical attention, I would think, since I can't join you over there." That's my recommendation.
It only seems that he will only allow a couple of us to go over there. I was hoping to bring him over here, but I don't think that will be a action that he will allow. Dr. Blackwell, could you please meet me in transporter room 1?
Hi, Captain. Where are you going?
To another ship to check on your patients.
Right, that lets me know what I need. I'll see you in the transporter room. And
FY Doctor, they've been joined.
oh, for God's sakes! Entire galaxy full of idiots. Understood, Captain. So Blackwell will definitely, his tricorder, obviously med kit, but he'll also grab an emergency surgical kit from sick bay and head to the transporter room, and a phaser 1.
Cool.
So yeah, Commander Gross, you have the bridge. Please keep a sensor lock on us at all times if things do get rough.
Understood, Captain. And hey, do what you can.
If anything happens to me, Commander, the ship is yours.
Well, thank you, ma'am. And just from for lack of a better way of saying it, a species standpoint, I trust you to get this done. Thank you.
Oh, and Blackwell will order that the symbiote carriers be made ready and standing by in the transporter room nearest sick bay.
I will make the suggestion to the captain before they leave the ship that that the first officer or myself go in his stead? In her stead, rather.
Counselor, I'm the only one that has already developed a rapport, and I'm probably the only one qualified to handle this, as I was once a member of the Symbiote Commission myself.
She nods her head.
And Prax is going to take a Type 1 phaser and conceal it on her.
Okay.
So DeGrasse is also going to maintain sensor lock on the vessel.
All right. Are we ready for a beam?
I am.
Doctor?
Shuts his eyes tight and curses almost silently under his breath.
I almost want to do this and just, slap her on the back and go, buckle up, doctor, ready for a ride. But
And you guys are whisked away onto the Nausicaan vessel.
Everybody's a comedian.
You guys materialize on their transporter pad. You are met in the transporter room by the person Prax was in communication with, the Trill, as well as 2 armed Nausicaan guards. This one is armed.
Who's he pointing at?
The captain. Did you take a Type 1 as well?
Yeah.
And then the other one looks, they're both armed.
a merely precaution, doctor. And she hands the Type 1 phaser to them.
Right. The doctor takes his office belt and just kind of tosses it at Nausicaan, while at the same time drawing out his tricorder and starting to scan the Trill in front of him.
Did they put their shields back up after the transport?
Yeah.
Okay.
I assure you, Captain, you will not be harmed here. For the poor reputation Nausicaans get, they sure do make a fine mercenary force.
That I'm
So-
well aware of.
So I believe you wanted to do some scans to ensure the health and welfare of the symbiote.
Yeah,
Yes.
start with symbiote and yeah. Oh, sorry.
Off.
I thought
Yeah. I'd like the doctor here to perform scans on all 4 of you. And whatever else the doctor needs to as well. Doctor, if you don't mind.
does this vessel have a medical facility?
It has a small one, yes. The others are waiting there.
Let's get this show on the road then. I cannot believe you risked the symbiotes in this fashion.
We are doing it to make a point, Doctor.
Well, you would have been better off to make a point with adult symbiotes instead of immature juveniles who are not ready for implantation. Good God, man! Don't you know your own basic physiology?
Well, if the commission would not hide the symbiotes from the general public, we would not have to take matters into our own hands to acquire them.
You have me at a
No.
loss. I've given you my name. Can I please have yours?
Stand by.
Met Demon.
Matt Damon.
Amen.
Alec Baldwin is a fag.
Whoa.
The greatest actor in the world.
That's called the
I
the Film Actors Guild. Fag.
Hey.
I I think my name was Mugger. I don't know anymore.
Durka Muhammad Jihad.
It is customary to take the last name of the symbiote. The symbiote, when it matures, is given a name. The issue you're having is that you took on a symbiote when it was too young. You clearly could be suffering from medical issues, neurological dysfunctions between you and the symbiote. The doctor will be able to look at you and explain more in detail.
I assure you, we are fine.
Yes, and you
And
got
the
your medical degrees from
implantation will
where?
be- Trill has been joining with symbiotes for as long as the Trill species has been in existence.
Yes, people have been having babies for as long as people have been in existence. But it's amazing how much the infant and maternal mortality rates have dropped once medical science reached a proper point. Now, please show me to your medical facility.
And you guys walk up to a door, and a door opens, and lying on beds, the three other Trill lying on beds, hooked up to monitors.
Okay, well, I'll start on one of them.
Roll me insight medicine difficulty.
What was the difficulty? You faded out there.
2.
Difficulty 2. Take a momentum for cautious. Die. Oh, okay. Let's try and re-roll one of those.
The 20s are real tonight.
I know, right?
It's making it interesting for me.
Damn it. Got rid of the complication at least. I have a feeling I'm going to need the determination shortly, so I'm just going to let
So
that
the first one you scanned, you kind of look at the monitors, you look back at him, you look at your tricorder. He seems to be fairly well. He seemed to have just been joined maybe minutes ago.
Okay. Let's move on to the next one.
Go ahead and make the same roll.
I don't want to spend our last momentum, so. But I'm gonna, in case we need another complication. Ooh, jeez. Jesus Christ.
Whew.
The one that you examine, and I spend a few more threads. As far as you could tell, they are fine. The joining was completely successful.
God damn it, stupid roll 20. What about the captain guy, the last guy?
Give me this is going to be a difficulty 3.
Of course it is. Insight medicine again?
Yep. It's like your best traits.
I know, right? It's just roll 20 tonight.
You got this, dude.
See if anything
Roll
else.
20 was not friendly to the Hatfield crew either.
Yeah, it was awful. So then we go.
See?
Yeah, you get 1. So the one that you guys have been talking with, his joining has not gone to plan, and in fact, the symbiote seems to be rejecting it.
Mr. Moger, you said your name was?
Yeah.
All right. You need to lay down right now. The symbiote is rejecting your joining.
That's
It's
impossible.
No, it's not. Symbiotes are completely sentient beings. They don't necessarily have to join with any given thing, just like people don't have to. You don't have to get married to any given person. It matters who the person is. And for whatever reason, whether it's physiological or psychological or temperamental, this symbiote is rejecting you. If it's not removed carefully and promptly, both you and the symbiote could die.
Mr. Mongo, it is confirmed that only actually half the population is capable of being joining.
I should not be having these problems. I was joined 92 hours ago.
Oh, God.
Damn it. So what's, from what I know
It's like
anyway,
36 hours.
Yeah, I know, but what's the prognosis of successful removal of a symbiote after that 36-hour time limit has
Symbiote
passed?
would have to be. There's a brief time period, from what I remember, that the symbiote can survive outside of a host.
Mhm.
Only if it's in good, healthy condition. If not, it would have to be transplanted into another host that's compatible right away.
So I linked Memory Alpha for you guys. If you open that up, go to sociology or whatever. The second part, the second paragraph has all the info.
For 93 hours. Trill would die within hours without a symbiote. The symbiont could not return to the caves of Makala if joined for the first time, nor survive a significant period of time outside of a host. So removing this is going to kill this guy within hours.
And the symbiote probably too.
Is it?
Yeah, it will. If he's
How
been
many?
joined past the length, then yes, it will kill him.
How many hours did I say?
92?
But that's kind of a
Was
long
it?
time, considering how long it's actually from the time they were stolen.
Right. Did you say 92 though? Am I right? Remember?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Captain, we have 1 hour to remove before this bonding becomes to the point where removing the symbiont will kill the host and likely the symbiont if it is not immediately transferred into a new host. I need to operate immediately. How long have these others been joined?
I am not going to let you remove it.
Then you and the symbiont will die together.
We will be stronger together. You'll see.
Mr. Monger, I implore you to please listen to Dr. Blackwell here. He has worked with the Guardians at the pools. He actually helped save many of future symbiotes, especially the one that you are now carrying and your other friends here. He has risked, he has pledged to keep these symbiotes alive and well. What he says is true. If the symbiote is not removed within the next hour, you and the symbiote will die. So I implore you, I beg of you, please listen to Dr. Blackwell and allow him to remove the symbiote.
President's Command Diff 4.
The advantage?
He did take a more passive approach than demanding. He was more like
I'll spend all of my threat to keep it.
kind about it.
To keep it 4.
Yep.
Now he's got rid. He has no threat. Victory.
Persuasion for a focus.
Yep.
Oh, you got persuasion. Sweet.
Yes. I'm going to challenge a value here. A starship is a home. Its crew is a family.
You got this.
To get a point of determination back. GM.
Okay.
I don't have my determination. So you said diff 4, right?
Yep.
Can I spend the determination with the value by reason or by force or the mission directive that was stated earlier?
The directive will be fine.
Okay. Diffuse the diffuse the tension. Would that apply? In this case?
No, because you already added one.
Okay. Shoot. So I will, I guess, give you. I'm gonna get 2 auto successes. I'll give you 2 threat. To roll a 3rd dice.
I'm going to spend them right away to increase your complication range to 2.
Of course.
You got this, dude. Got Frax in the house.
Of course. Well, that's 4. I have no way to reroll that, so complication is going to stand. But it is 4 successes.
Yep.
You may help the others if they are rejecting their symbiotes, but I will not part with mine.
This is very important. Were you the first person to be joined?
Yes.
Then you're farthest along. Are you willing to kill the symbiote? Is that your end game here? Are you willing to kill a child for your political point?
This will work.
This will kill you both. And you will go down in history as the Trill who kidnapped child symbiotes and then murdered them. Is that going to make your point?
If this works, all of my people that want a symbiote will get one.
Yes.
I
Yes,
am
yes.
not going to give that up.
And
This will work.
Damn it, man, I'm a doctor. I know what I'm talking about. Your life is in danger, and the symbiont's life is in danger. More than in danger. Death is guaranteed when you pass this 93rd hour, and you can no longer be separated.
Enough! Take the others and leave me be.
Doctor, take the other 3 and head back to the ship. That is an order. Perform the removal there.
The Nausicaans still working? Or the Nausicaans still here?
Oh, they definitely are.
All right, help me with these 3. And by the way, unless I get to operate on this guy, you're probably not going to get paid. Just so you know. Dead men can't access credit accounts.
Lucky for him, he pays in advance.
As the doctor is leaving, I'm going to whisper into his ear. Do you have anything to sedate him?
Well, yes. Yes, I do. Do you want it or do you want me to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah, I will try, and because my security is so awesome, I will load up a hypo spray with a proper sedative, and just kind of catch the captain's eye and leaving my med kit on one of the beds as I'm helping with a patient, just kind of tap the hypo spray. Trying to make it look like that in my hurry to get the patients out, I just left the med kit there.
Yeah. No, I think it'll. Yeah, that's fine. And you and the couple of Nausicaans get all the patients to the transporter pad and are beamed off. And it is just the captain and this guy in the room.
Seriously, you guys would make great orderlies.
And Captain, you notice that he is having a very hard time at this point. He's barely able to stand, sweating profusely, breathing heavy.
Mr. Marvel, why don't you lay down here? Let's chat for a while.
No, this is part of the process. It will work.
I need you to lie down, please. You look like you're about to fall over.
This will work.
Wait, after the doctor beams back, I will make the offer to the acting XO that I can join the captain and assist him with whatever else he needs.
Mr. Mongo, please lie down. You're scaring me for you and the symbiote.
It'll be fine. It'll stop rejecting this.
Then allow me to give you something for the pain. To help you.
No, I must do this.
I want to help you. You are a Trill. You are a joined Trill. You're part of a greater purpose now. So,
And
for your life, I implore you, please let me help you.
and I am doing this for my people. Our people. That deserve to have a symbiote. Not the elite.
Let me tell you a story. Why don't you lay down here and I will tell you a story about how I became a joined Trill.
No more stories.
No, we have time. You can sit here. We have hours. My ship's not going anywhere, and neither is this place. You pay them in advance, correct?
And you see he's getting very, very pale.
So she goes through the conversation. She walks over to pick up the hypo that the doctor prepared. She goes, "Did you know that I was rejected the first time around? That I was not allowed to become a joined Trill?"
They reject everyone they don't.
Well, I was rejected, and I applied again. My second time around, I was accepted, but it took a lot of convincing.
There was no second chance in my case.
Did you try?
As soon as I walked in there, they said no. All
Well,
those wasted years, all that time spent to be told no.
they turn away thousands of
And
applicants every year.
it's all a lie.
Do you know that only 1,000 are joined every year?
And it could be thousands. It could be millions.
That's not true.
And he almost passes out and falls over with that last statement.
I rush over to help him. In doing so, I'm going to inject him with the sedative.
And you hypo him. And as you hold him in your arms, you slowly feel the life force fade away.
She taps her comm badge. Monarch, emergency beam out to sick bay.
Understood, Captain.
Are their shields still up?
And you will be beamed back to the ship, and that will be the end of Symbiosis.
Oh, you're not gonna let the doctor do emergency?
That's
I
next
tried.
week.
I tried. I guess that's next week.
What do you guys think?
I liked it.